Hey guys, Mel right here. Before we get started with the MiCast podcast, I just wanted to let you know that I seen that it was echoey on my grandpa's mic. We had the echo turned up instead of the volume. You could still hear him, but I accidentally messed with that dial. So I am sorry. But hopefully you guys do enjoy this. I've been trying to put a lot of work into like setting up the computers and finding new equipment for it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you, and let's go to MeCast. Hey guys, Mel right here, and welcome to the very first MeCast and podcast. So today, this I am the host, and this is my co-host, Grandpa. Yay!
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, so this episode is going to be a little bit of an introduction episode to what we are doing. So we're starting this podcast. We'll basically talk about almost anything and pretty much everything. More of it's going to be towards like what's going on in the
Current events.
current events and stuff,
Yeah.
and then yeah. Um. So the reason we started this is because Charlie Kirk, who most of you know got assassinated last month on the 10th. We decided to honor his legacy by doing a podcast in this style. So,
Well, why do you think Charlie Kirk was assassinated?
well, obvious because they didn't want to speak. You look at all these.
But the, I think the main reason is he was teaching the younger generation not how to think, but or more to how to think instead of what to think.
Yeah.
He was teaching them to open their minds and do the research and not take his word for it, but to look at things up and say, is this right? And he was turning a lot of kids, young people, around. And there's parts of our society that didn't like that. He made, he was turning a lot of kids and teaching them to think for themselves. And it was having a profound effect in which a lot of the oligarchs and people who want to keep us in the dark did not like that. So they got the mainstream news media to badmouth him and like Trump, call him a fascist,
No.
Nazi, white supremacist, and all this. And for most people who think for themselves, this would not affect them. But some people are so into the mainstream news media, they took this to heart, thinking they're doing the world a favor.
And that I agree with that. A lot of people you see around will just agree with whatever they see, and you ask them like, "Where did you see it?" Most of the time, it's mainstream media, social media, more of the leftist social media, and then they
Yep.
can't really take any ideas because as soon as you start,
You have to look at both sides. You
exactly,
have to look at what the left is saying and what the right is saying and make up your own mind. Do your
exactly.
research.
Exactly. That's and one thing I really hated um, when the Biden administration on social media they had these fact checkers, and you had all this
Yep.
saying, oh, this isn't true, or this isn't true, this has been checked by independent fact checkers, how do we know that they're right?
And usually they weren't. There was many times on Facebook I posted something, and they would come out and say, "Oh, no, the independent fact checkers check this, and this is not true."
And
Or they would just say, "Portions of this statement is not true." And when they say that, they didn't specifically say what portions of that weren't true. So you really couldn't fact check them because you don't know what they're saying is not true. What part of your statement?
yeah,
There might be a tiny part that was technically a false statement, but the rest of it was
yeah.
right on the money.
The weird thing is too with this fact checking. When Trump got into office, at least I've seen it.
More people see my posts,
Yes, and
but it's still not what it was before
yeah, and
Trump was
if
elected
you,
in 2016.
yeah. If you've seen too, Google and YouTube came out and said that the Biden administration was telling them to take these videos down, especially about the COVID-19.
Yeah,
And that's why.
and deeming it as false information
Yeah. Because
when they were not following the science. They
Yeah.
were not doing their due diligence to make sure the best things was happening for the people.
No. And that's another thing that I see, especially with, like, you couldn't, even if you wasn't talking about the virus and, like, saying this is wrong, if you just said COVID-19 on YouTube,
Yep.
you would get.
Or the jab, the shot. If you said anything about that,
Yeah.
if you had a question, you asked a question about it, you was automatically shut down.
It's like,
And they would say, follow the science. Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
yeah, it's ridiculous because, and it's all this censorship of everything. It's really crazy.
And that's one thing that Charlie Kirk brought to light is the censorship and free speech and you know, I've heard a lot of people say on the news that I watch, you know, even if I do not agree with what, and I totally despise what you're saying, I'll fight for your right to say it.
Yes.
Everybody has the right to be heard.
Yes. And that's what some Democrats don't understand is
Yeah.
you're silent, and some of them are like, you don't, just because you're right wing, you don't get to have an opinion. And then
Yep.
and that's another thing is what people are, if you even have a right wing viewpoint and you're just not right wing,
Well, I like, you know, over the years, I never agreed with the Republican Party for a lot, but since Trump got in, the Republican Party has changed. It's changed to make America great again, which
Yes.
is I'm totally behind.
I am too.
And they making things fair. The with health care and
Yeah. And this is what is happening. I mean, Trump is doing a good job, and there's a lot of things that, you know, needs to change.
I'm not in total agreement with Trump on everything. I'm not total agreement with Charlie Kirk on everything, but the things I disagree with him about are so minor that
Yeah.
they're hardly worth even mentioning. You're not going to get two people, human beings, two agree 100%
Yes.
all the time on everything.
Yes, it's
And when they do agree at 100%, it's because they're being blindly led by somebody.
yeah. I I always like I disagree on some things and I agree on others. And a lot of the one of the things oh that one a lot of people are agreeing on is the government shutdown right now.
That's it. The government shutdown is a play by the Democrats to
I
show how bad Trump is.
Yeah. And I think I seen
And
somewhere that Chuck Schumer had this whole plan.
I don't know. I don't think Chuck Schumer had it planned. I think Chuck Schumer lost his spine when it come to standing up to AOC and all
Yeah.
the far left people in his party.
Yeah.
And he's afraid he's going to be lose his I want to say it his money machine by he's not going to be making his big bucks anymore.
Yeah.
He's afraid he's going to get voted out.
And this is a lot of the stuff I see is just crazy because people are saying, "Oh, this is all Trump's fault. Trump said this back then," and it's like,
Trump and Trump would has I am 70 years old and Trump has kept more promises than any president I have seen in my lifetime. You know, so many other elections that I have voted in the past. You're just looking at who's the lesser of the two evils.
yes,
You know, and I truly could get behind Trump. And Charlie Kirk was instrumental in
oh yeah,
getting Trump reelected.
yeah,
And you know, and the left didn't like that. Charlie Kirk took what Democrats has done by going out to these campuses and stuff, and not Charlie Kirk didn't convince them. He convinced them to think for themselves and to make their own decision
exactly.
by what they could find, and not just watch bits and pieces of Trump's
Yeah,
speeches and what have you. Go watch the whole speech because so many times
it's
they show you just enough of his speeches to make him look bad. Then they cut the rest off where it's explaining, you know, where he explains what he means by what he was saying.
and that's the same thing that's happening to Charlie Kirk too. It's just like they're not showing the whole thing.
Nope, they weren't. The news media would take something he would say and construe it to be he was against the black population.
Yeah,
When if you watch all of, I've watched a lot of Charlie Kirk's stuff, and even when he disagreed with people, he still treated them with respect.
and that's what I seen. I was
The-
watching like stuff on Facebook, and I started seeing Charlie Kirk stuff. So I started to get interested in it.
Well, so many times, the only time I really seen him be mean with people is when they just started being belligerent and cussing him and stuff like that, and it was going nowhere. And he would say, "This is going nowhere. Okay, goodbye.
Yeah,
Go on." You know, he wanted to talk to people that truly wanted a conversation
and
his idea was he tried to get them to convince him, and people would, and then when they were done talking, he would give his view of what. But I think the reason he was so effective is, like I say, he didn't tell them what to think. He told them how to think.
Exactly. And there's a lot of a lot of other people that does this, and I watch YouTube. You got people like Nick Shirley, I think Liberty Hangout. There's
Yeah, that.
yeah,
Yeah, what's her name?
Caitlin, I think.
Caitlin. Katie's Safe Space, I think it is.
Yeah, I know she does a YouTube channel called Liberty Hangout. I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You know, I know. I just seen a video. Nick Shirley. You know.
I haven't watched much of Nick Shirley.
Well, he goes around and he goes to all these like protests.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen a couple of his videos where he picks these protesters out of
Yeah.
each and shows where they're at all these different
Yep.
rallies.
Yep.
And
I
he
need,
tries to get them to tell him how much they get paid, but they won't tell him.
yeah. But there's a lot of yeah.
Yeah.
So he actually went to all these different countries. I know.
Yeah.
But he goes to all these different protests and does like ask like, what are your opinions? Why are you here? And a lot of them will just push him away.
Yeah, that's because they have no true objective. All they want to do is cause a
Cause a
fuss
ruckus.
about whatever their narrative is for the week.
So and then he this recent episode that he did, he went to Chicago and he went to this one protest about ICE, then went on a ride along with ICE just to show the two different viewpoints. And that's what I think Democrats don't understand is they only have their viewpoint and that's it. With Republicans, you see two different viewpoints and stuff.
Yeah, they're willing to debate. This Republican Party is willing to debate people. But with getting back to Charlie Kirk, another reason that there's a faction in this country now that tries to silence the Christian faith.
Yeah.
And that was Charlie's number one thing was God, family, country.
Yes.
In that order. God
Yeah.
first, family, and he started turning people into family people instead of
all this.
Instead of going 2/3 of your life never having kids and starting a family. He actually gave the younger generation hope.
And that's all we need is because every turn you say, it's just like, this is going to happen, or like, you're not going to be able to do this. Especially right now, and that's why I enjoy Trump being in office, is because look at what Biden did. Inflation through the roof. And when Biden went in, I was like 1 year away from graduating high school. Then when I graduated high school, everything was so...
You couldn't even have graduation because of COVID.
No, we could. It was 2021. The 2020 people couldn't have a graduation because of COVID. Okay. 2021, there was a lot of restrictions.
Yeah.
But, and then with like getting out and till Trump got elected, prices of everything rose.
Yeah, I'm gradually noticing a difference now, but once ruin the economy the way Biden did. It's it doesn't change back overnight.
No, it doesn't. It's
And the sad part is, in my opinion, he never even was elected.
yeah.
He that was you can't convince me he got more votes than Barack Obama.
There is no way
He
because
couldn't even fill a parking lot, let alone a stadium.
I've seen one time they were showing all the votes of like how Democrats and like get usually the same thing, and there's Biden. Pew!
Yep.
So there's no way you
Well,
can't.
I think it was at the time it was a someplace in Michigan that they had more votes counted than they had people in that particular precinct.
Oh my gosh.
And nothing to see here,
Yeah.
you know. It's I think the biggest thing about Trump was he keeps himself accountable to the people.
Yep. And with Trump, he is not a career politician either.
No.
He's a businessman.
Yep. And he's trying to run our economy and our all of our infrastructure like a big businessman, you know.
And the one thing I hated when he first got elected in 2025 is people complaining about tariffs. And like people or
That used to be how they
how they got the money.
paid the government. Is there was no taxes.
Yeah.
I don't remember the year it started, but
And that's the one thing I'm just like, we need, like, we let China control most of trade because most stuff that you see now is always made from China. And it's all these businesses hate it because they can't get their cheap labor.
the worst part about it is our stuff that we really need, like drugs and or electronics and stuff like that is practically all made in China.
China because
But it's just like when I lost my job down here. One of my lines went to China, one of my lines went to Mexico.
yeah,
And
because these businesses, and this is one thing.
but the thing is, the reason that happened there, it wasn't even totally because of the Democrats. The son of a Bush gave them tax breaks to go to Mexico and China. And I think it was Ross Perot told him at the time, "You're going to hear this sucking sound. It's going to be our jobs going there." And they, sure enough, did.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like now, I mean, with what Trump said, if you manufacture here in the United States, you get 0% tariff.
0% tax.
Tax, right?
You can't really tariff your own
Yeah, I
country.
know. So tax. Okay. Okay. I heard tariff. I don't know.
Yeah. Taxes is what he's talking about within the United States.
Yeah.
Well, and two, for American-built cars, you pay 0 taxes on that.
Yeah.
When you buy them. So that gives the incentive. So for so many years, there was more incentive to buy something coming from out of the country than the end of the country.
That's what one thing is. Like, I know there's only, well, I know of for car manufacturer, one car manufacturer, which is Tesla, that makes all the Teslas here in the United States.
Yep.
And that's the one thing is,
But the thing is about electric cars, just like Grandma, I wouldn't want to go on a trip with an electric car because you got to map out who's got a charging
the
station,
station,
how far you can make it before you need a charging station, and oftentimes you're waiting all this time,
yeah,
to go charge your car, and if you got to wait in a line to charge your car, whereas the gas-powered cars, you pull up to a pump, fill it up,
yep,
and you're gone.
yeah, and that's I don't like fully electric cars, and but I like
The hybrids,
hybrids. I think if you want
yeah, they're gas and electric.
gas and electric, so if you, I think that's your best option. Like, not, you got, like, if you want an electric car, get a hybrid, because then if you run out of
Yeah.
electric, you just have
You
to fill
get,
up.
you get gas, keep your tank full.
Yeah, and
And I believe hybrids, when you're running on gasoline, you're also charging your car.
and that's a win-win.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just like fully electric, and even so, our infrastructure, I don't think it
It's
can
not,
handle it.
no, your power grids, and I seen one report on TV where this plant wanted to go to, or this company wanted to go all electric on their trucks. They went to the power company and said, "This is how many chargers we need, and we need to upgrade our electrical system to accommodate all these chargers." And they laughed at him because
Yeah,
it was going to take more than the whole town.
yeah. And funny saying, some people say that some of these electric charging stations has been running on diesel and
Generators.
generators.
Yeah, you're not, and two, sometimes I've seen people talk on there, they plan their trip out, and they get there and all the charging stations are out of order, they're not working.
It's,
So,
yeah.
yeah, it's,
And that's why, like, with gas, at least, you don't have to have, like, you can just have a gas can with you.
yep,
And that's why I'm like, we can't go fully electric. People want you to have solar power, wind power, and all this, but we can't handle
the
it.
wind don't blow all the time, and the sun isn't out all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like that solar light I've got on the porch.
Yeah.
Some nights it doesn't work because it doesn't get enough sunlight to charge it.
Yep. And that's the one thing is just like the Democrats say, "Oh, we need to go green and stuff." We can't handle it.
The infrastructure isn't there. You take the windmills, I think it was off of New Jersey where they put them, and they destroyed a lot of marine life. And
Yeah.
they had whales beaching themselves on the beaches, and they don't last. You take a gas-powered power plant, it'll last 40, 50 years at least. Where these, the best you're going to get out of them, I think they said, was 25 years.
Yeah.
Then they're junk. What do you do with that junk?
Exactly, as it causes more waste.
But,
Yeah. With like the one thing I will say for like at least Tesla is at least
He, yeah.
I actually with Tesla I see their cars are okay. I just the
Elon Musk is a very smart man.
man, yeah.
He's built a business from scratch. He's multi businesses. He has
It's
aerospace.
sweet.
He first started PayPal, and
And now that's going to crap.
yeah, but I think he sold that.
No, he sold that to someone, then it went to crap because PayPal, I know
They got political.
they got political. They start. One thing is they created this app or this extension called Honey, and it's supposed to save you money, but in the code it will give it will tell the website that they referred you to it instead of like a content creator, and it stole money from content creators. And then right now on Steam, they are censoring people for like anything like they said like adult games, and they're censoring them, and even though it's legal. And what is stopping them from doing that to something they don't like?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yes. And that's the one thing that is going on too is all this censorship, especially what I've heard from the UK, the Online Safety Act, where you have to scan an ID to do all these sorts of different things. And Discord just had a leak. Someone hacked into Discord and got people's photos IDs because Discord did not delete them. This is the danger of this is dangerous for that. We do not have companies do not care enough to
Too many companies just care about the dollar they're going to make and not actually providing a good product for people.
And and it's mostly what I've seen. I can't tell for like private companies or not. Is most of these public corporations like Microsoft. And like Microsoft, Sony.
It's ridiculous because with Microsoft, every time they come out with a new operating system, you got to buy all new programs and stuff. It's cost you so much money.
Yes,
but he's got a kind of a monopoly on everything.
Yeah, and that's why. And Microsoft Windows is the only thing that you can really use, and that's what people are upset about. Now, at least in the gaming space, now Steam, they are a private corporation. They do got some things I'll disagree with them with, and some things that they should stop. But overall, they do care about the player. And then with the Steam Deck, they went on Linux. And they went Linux and upgraded the Linux system to run Windows games. And I'm hoping in the near future that they can make it to where you can run all your Windows programs under Linux.
It's Linux has been a thing even back. I can remember working with Linux on some component placement machines and stuff that were operated by Linux.
Yeah. I know. I've ran all the stuff that I work on for servers and stuff is usually run by Ubuntu servers, and that's a Linux distro. And in the servers you have to type in the commands.
Yep.
I want to see some of the young people try to do that.
It's point and click today.
Yeah. And it's a lot of this is Microsoft's got this monopoly on Windows.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are hating because now Windows 10 is out of support.
Yeah.
And then
And I'm still operating on Windows 7.
one of your computers, and even though you don't do much, but it still works.
Yeah,
In Windows 7,
I always liked Windows 7. That's my favorite one out of all of them was Windows 7.
people are going to disagree with me on this one, but mine was Windows 8.1 just because that's where I started my original YouTube channel from.
Yeah.
And I did like the actual like two menus. It was pretty cool. But I do like Windows 7. Um, I mess with
What
Windows.
I the thing I'm going by, I had trouble with every system up to Windows 7. I've had Windows 3.1, 95, 98,
Yeah,
and what was it?
Windows Me, Windows
Me, and
Me, and then
then
2000
Vista, and then
XP.
XP. XP wasn't too awful
Oh
bad.
no, I remember.
I didn't have as much trouble with XP as I did Vista, and
I think
95, and
yeah.
98.
I think the worst one out of every operating system Microsoft came out with is Windows Me.
I've never messed with Windows Me.
A lot of what I've heard about it is it'll crash on people, and it was just this horrible operating system. But you got like Vista, and when Vista released this one update, people liked it.
I had some machines that ran on Windows 95 when I was
Yeah,
working for Lear, and that thing was constantly crashing. And then you
yeah,
had to shut it down, reboot it, and
yeah. That's again. But I think by the end of its lifetime, it was actually once you got all the updates in, and they fixed it.
Windows 95. It
Oh,
was,
95. I thought it was Fist. 95. I haven't messed with it too much.
that came out
Yeah.
long before
Well,
you were born.
well, I messed with it in virtual machines.
It's not the same
No. Yeah, I messed with
because
Windows
your Windows 95 still operated on a
DOS.
DOS.
Well, it's technically you had to install DOS on the machine
Yeah,
before
you
you can get
yeah.
95, and that was the same with the virtual machines. But yeah, Windows like I had a Windows XP computer and I liked XP, and
I'm, this is probably let's wrap it up.
yeah, okay. How long?
I don't know.
37. Oh, I'm usually doing 30 minutes of this. Uh, but I will just finish. When I worked on with XP with my original computer my friend gave me, I liked it. It actually ran pretty good. But,
Yep.
but anything else you want to say?
Nope, not today. We'll save it for another day.
All right. Also, thank you so much for joining us. We are gonna do. We have the. What is it called? Charlie Kirk. What?
The memorial service. At the same time as they're having a No
New
Kings
Parade.
thing at the.
We.
Uh,
But yeah.
yeah.
6. Yeah. So we will be recording down there. Hopefully get a few people's opinions about something.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, guys,
So,
I see you guys later and have an awesome day.